break. Just be honorable, do the right thing, retire, book a couple of appointment speeches, a couple times a year so they get their egos all, taken care of. And just go be senior statesman for that matter. And let's just put it to rest. You had your turn. You screwed up. We're sick of the sordid stories because that's all we're going to hear.
That's right. I mean,
that's all we're going to hear. And they're the ones who just won't exit stage left. That's it.
That's right. And with all this baggage, it's time for the Clintons to go. And look, I don't romanticize the Republican Party, but the real Liberty Tea Party movement is real. Both political parties are scared of it. They're winning races and primaries everywhere. It begins. GOP wins Florida congressional seat. First place Obamacare was implemented. Clinton's push doesn't save. Flashback, race Dems can't afford to lose. Axelrod explains. That's all up on drudgereport.com. It is all over the place, the backlash against the Democrats right now. And the Democrats should be running from the Clintons and running from Obama. But I guess they think electronic voting machines and illegal aliens voting are going to save them as they hand out driver's licenses coast to coast so that people can vote illegally. But I just don't see that happening. We need a balance of power. We don't need one political party running everything. And I think 2014 is the year, unless Obama starts a war or some distraction, that we could see the Republicans sweep the House and the Senate and a bunch of governorships and state houses. And then if the Tea Party keeps the pressure on them, we could cut taxes, reverse a bunch of the tyranny, cut the defense spending, cut the welfare, get out of some of the derivatives. Because if they don't right the ship, Wall Street needs to even know this. They're going to wreck the golden goose. Cloward and Piven run this country over an edge of a cliff, which is what the kleptocratic, hardcore collectivists want. And, I mean, does the establishment really want to wreck the empire just so they can settle their scores with veterans and gun owners? So a bunch of leftists that fill up the New World Order can have their way with their political enemies. I mean, and that's really what's going on here. And that's why there's a good chance we can beat them, because even the establishment doesn't like what's going on, large sections of it. And if the establishment, who's not purely kleptocratic, I know, will ally itself with the grassroots and populism, we could fire this country up and reverse what's happening. And it starts with destroying the Clintons.
Yeah, and it starts now, right now. I agree with you 100%. And it needs to be done right. Just don't cave to these threats of, being called a sexist. And I was called that last week. I was called a misogynist sexist.
You're against women because you don't worship Hillary?
Exactly right. Look what she said about Monica. She said she's a narcissistic Looney Tune. That one. How would she like it if somebody said that about Chelsea, okay? If she gotten in this kind of predicament that's going on now, how would she like it if somebody out there called Hillary those kinds of names? I mean, that's the point. They have no honor. That's all. It's just that simple. Did you see today's news? Who Clinton's going to be out campaigning for now?
Well, remember her saying in Benghazi, what difference does it make? What difference does it make? I mean, the arrogance of this person. She's detestable. Well,
I'll tell you what difference it makes. We don't need them anymore. We don't want them anymore. They just need to go away. That's all. Just act, if they love this country and they want to make this country better, the best they can do is just get out. Because we're sick of hearing all the stories, is he still fooling around? And, is she or isn't she? All of it, just go away.
Let's briefly, I mean, I know it's in the book, and people should get the book and read it. And we're going to play this Hillary Clinton video here in a moment. But first off, and again, we're talking to the author of Target, Caught in the Crosshairs, Bill and Hillary Clinton, Kathleen Wiley. Willie, I'm trying to understand here, because I remember all these stories and him settling the cases. I mean, tell folks what some of these women told you Bill Clinton does to them. I know you don't like to bring this stuff up because it sounds really horrible, and there's kids listening.
It's just women who he knows he can take advantage of. I mean, he's real good. He's a predator. He's good at what he does. He's good at sizing these women up. That's his shtick. That's what he does. And his idea is to just get whatever he wants from them, because nobody's going to believe them if they try to tell this story. That's exactly what he does. And it's the same thing. It's sexual harassment. And the same thing happened. We're not all lying. I mean, our homes were broken into. My animals went missing. My car was vandalized. I mean, all these kinds of things that she was orchestrating.
Now, let's give Hillary some fair time. FCC rules, fairness doctrine. Let's hear from her for a moment. This is how she counters.
And they didn't know that.
With all due respect, the fact is we had 4 dead Americans. Was it because of a protest, or was it because of guys out for a walk one night who decided they'd go kill some Americans? What difference at this point does it make? It is our job to figure out what happened and do everything we can.
She's been covering it up. We know they sent those guys over there to do a fake kidnapping. It was the Benghazi security by the State Department, Al-Qaeda funded. And Navy SEALs fired back on them, so they went ahead and threw a fit and killed everybody and then got all the missiles that were in the warehouse. They wanted to act like that the missiles just got into their hands by accident. But then when people fought back who didn't get the script, they had to kill everybody. That's what happened, and that's why you ordered an 8-hour stand down, witch. You killed those people. You murdered them, Hillary. Kathleen Willey, stay with us. We'll be right back. Hillary Clinton murdered them.
My name is Jessica Armand. I'm an activist, a GCN listener, and mother of 3. Our drinking water and food are filled with fluoride and other contaminants that harm our teeth and gums. To protect my family, I created My Magic Mud, an all-natural teeth whitening and strengthening remedy. My Magic Mud is a soft powder that polishes your teeth, reduces sensitivity, and removes harmful toxins from deep inside your mouth. You deserve a bright, healthy smile. Visit mymagicmud.com and get yours today. That's mymagicmud.com.
Did you know that gold and silver contain healing properties? It's true. Since the beginning of mankind's history, gold and silver have not only been used as real money, but also for healing our minds and bodies. UtopiaSilver.com is your leading source for colloidal silver and colloidal gold supplement protocols that can heal and enhance your health. Call 888-213-4338 or visit utopiasilver.com for weekly discounts and sales. That's UTOPIAsilver.com, fighting for liberty and healing one American at a time.
Hi there. My name is Frank Bates. What I'm about to tell you in the next 60 seconds could get me in a lot of trouble. I just created a free video presentation at 123coverup.com that exposes the electricity monopolies and government agencies for what they really are: incompetent, lying crooks that are counting on your ignorance and fear to keep your power bills criminally high. Some have called this a conspiracy. Others have called it a cover-up, and you will be shocked to find out how deep the conspiracy goes. My video at 123coverup.com exposes the truth and shows you the secret of how I beat them and how you can beat them too. Watch the controversial video that thousands of other smart patriots have already seen in the last 3 months. Go to 123coverup.com and discover one weird trick to slash your power bill and protect your home. Go watch my video now at 123coverup.com before they force me to shut it down. Again, that's 123coverup.com.
Hi, folks. Alex Jones here with some important information. I want to tell you about Matt Redhawk and his team of patriots over at My Patriot Supply. Several years ago, Matt was sitting in his 2-bedroom apartment, frustrated with the direction this country was headed and the charlatans willing to sell us out for a quick buck. Deciding to take action, a company run by patriots for patriots was born. My Patriot Supply has never taken a loan or accepted outside funding. They now operate 2 distribution facilities and employ over 50 hardworking American men and women. It is rare to find companies who practice what they preach. And that's why I stock my pantry with high-quality storable foods from My Patriot Supply. Go to mypatriotsupply.com/Alex today for special offers on emergency food storage, or call their preparedness specialist at 866-229-0927. That's 866-229-0927. Do business with someone who shares your values. mypatriotsupply.com/Alex.
To the engine moaning out his one old song. You think about the woman or the girl you knew the night before.
More and more, there's an article about a feminist professor attacking a pro-life student. More and more, they're calling to shut down free speech, Bloomberg and others. where you can't even promote the Second Amendment because they're losing the fight, folks. People now know the so-called left is an authoritarian group. And the Republicans, power corrupts absolutely. They can be authoritarian as well. The difference is they are making their move right now. The globalists are moving on every front. And just giving her some final comments, I appreciate her courage. I think I interviewed her back at the time. I interviewed a lot of the women involved. But I know I interviewed Kathleen Willey way back at the time. Her book, Target, Caught in the Crosshairs of Bill and Hillary Clinton. Thank you for joining us. In a few minutes left we've got here, other points you'd like to make about the nightmare that has been the Clintons.
I just think that we need to keep these kinds of stories alive. If she's going to, if she's going to stop running when she stops breathing, I don't think there's any question whatsoever here. She's just running test balloons here with all of the latest things about her health and all that. It's exactly what's going on. She's going to run. I can't think of anything that's going to stop her. I just can't. And that's a shame because we just can't we can't blast these people out of office here. You know what? Just go away. You had your turn. Let's see somebody new here. Let's see somebody who has different ideas here. It's just, here comes another Clinton. And did you see in today's news that Bill Clinton is going to campaign for Chelsea's mother-in-law, whose father, her husband's father, was put in jail for stealing $10 million of investors' money. And now he's going to campaign for his wife. I mean, you can't make this stuff up. They won't go away. Every time they get into any kind of a campaign of endorsing, all these stories come up again. I'm not keeping the stories alive. They are. They thrive on controversy, thrive on it, and chaos. They're the ones who are doing it. Just, like I said, do this country a favor and just go away. Hold your head up. Tell everybody that you were the best president ever, co-president, and just move on. And
well, I mean, it is like Groundhog Day, and I am sick and tired of it. And again, they know where all the bodies are buried. They're blackmailing people. It's all on record. And they're just absolutely vicious, dangerous people who I believe, the evidence is overwhelming, carried out of Oklahoma City to demonize their political opposition as well. The book's Target. Kathleen Willey, thank you so much, and we'll hopefully talk to you again in the future when we have the political obituary on the political life of the Clinton crime family. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me on.
Thank you. Wow. Next hour, they're down on 6th Street, the main trendy command base. We're going to be talking to the 100-plus Texans that have now marching for the Second Amendment against Herr Bloomberg so that we can recapture the media attention and point out what's going on and expose the agenda. So we're going to get an update from Leanne McAdoo, Jakari Jackson. And then Bill Clinton doesn't look too good. He may actually not just politically be a dead duck, but he might not be around. They kept Dick Cheney alive, so who knows? They might be able to do anything. We've got a bunch of other news coming up as well. Briefly, I haven't plugged anything in 2 hours here today. We have a great InfoWarsStore.com with the ProPure gravity-fed filters that cut out the fluoride, the glyphosates, blows away all the competition. Look at the side-by-side comparisons of the ProPure Pro 1 systems. We have the widest selection, biggest dealer in the world of them because we have the lowest prices, 10% off, promo code WATER, InfoWarsStore.com, or call toll-free 888-253-3139. Drink purified clean water and support the InfoWar. InfoWarsStore.com or 888-253-3139.
This is GCN, the Genesis Communications Radio Network.
The facts are in. The studies are legion. Sodium fluoride and other toxic members of the fluoride family are devastating the health and cognitive ability of the American people. So why are the social engineers adding it to the water? Simple. Dumb down the host population that the parasitic technocracy is feeding on. We may not have been able to get fluoride out of the water supply yet, but we can help to get it out of our bodies. I am extremely excited to announce the exclusive InfoWars Life Fluoride Shield formulation, fusing 6 of the best documented ingredients from around the world to help the body remove not just toxic fluoride residues from the body, but a whole host of toxic substances. Let's take a stand against the globalists by blocking their poison reasons with Fluoride Shield. I use Fluoride Shield every day. Secure your Fluoride Shield and other pioneering formulations at InfoWarsLife.com today. Let's start cleansing our bodies now and support the Info War at the same time. That's InfoWarsLife.com.